Welcome to the Biz Live Tip Fest. I am your host, Tonya Hofmann. I'm the CEO and founder of the Public Speakers Association. And this fest is all about showcasing our incredible speakers at the 2019 Public Speakers Conference in London, England. So we're going to have a huge time enjoying the most amazing people ever. If you're interested in speaking at the conference, we are still looking for speakers. And obviously attendees, vendors. Also, we're looking for vendor sponsors. And then if you're like, I cannot make it to London this year, Tonya, for whatever your reason is, you can also give us something to sit out at the tables. It's called a table drop, okay? Super cheap, great way to market yourself. So to find out all the details on how to be involved in any and all of that, go to Public Speakers with an S, conference.com. Like, as soon as this is over. All right, publicspeakersconference.com. We are going to be doing excursions both before and after. We're over there and we can write the trip off, so why not? Please talk to your own tax advisor to make sure that works for you. There's my disclaimer. But we're going to have a blast. We're so excited about the whole trip. So I'm going to start it off, and then let me go ahead and have Carmen come on first. Let me do you, Carmen, since you have stuff you've got to go and do. She's so sweet about coming on. All right, Carmen. So if you could kind of tell us who you are really quick, and then just go into your tip for today.
Okay. Thank you, Tonya. My name is Carmen, and with Carmen's Legacy Productions. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited because, again, I am going to be photographing the conference. And this, I think, is either my third or fourth time. And you know what? Each time I learn more and more about what attendees and speakers need. And then, too, like, oh my gosh, this is a utopia for PR and marketing that is so easy. That so you know what it is, we go to a conference, we've got, I think about doggy sitter, airplane flights and hotels and all this stuff, and then we get there and we take notes and listen and network, and then we go home and drop the ball by not sharing that out with our peeps, with our people, and people who are our followers, who want to be our followers. And we're missing a huge opportunity because, number one, by going to a conference, especially international conference, you are setting yourself apart from the crowd already. And we got to do that in business because there's so much noise out there. People are bombarded by information and they want to know what we bring to the table that's different. And by saying, gosh, I sharpened my saw, I'm learning new things, and showing what you're doing automatically gets attention. So why not take advantage of the opportunity of the photos that are there? And more than that. So my thoughts were headshots. So here's my big tip. Even if you've had headshots done recently, you can get them done by a pro, bring a few props and make the most of it. And then those photos you use to talk about, hey, I was in London, I spoke here. You can use them in a variety of ways, right? And so it's not just using them for your Facebook or your social media thing. You can use them I know you did that, Tonya. I do too. I put quotes on them. I put where I'm going to be speaking or where I'm going to be photographing, whatever the case might be. It's also a great time for testimonials. It's a great time to catch you in the crowd with people listening to you, or you just love it on people. Lots and lots of stuff. So this is what I did. I wrote out and I just brainstormed all the awesome ways that we can use the photos. And I created it ended up being 30 minutes. I didn't plan for it to be that long, but there's so much. There was just so much of ways to take advantage of both your own pictures and definitely those that I'm taking there. Because selfies are great, but there's a message with the selfies, and you really can't capture yourself candid when it's a selfie, right? So there's so much advantage to that. So I've got a link. Let's see, I had to write it down. I'm in my car. You can see I'm doing a festival today. It is bit.ly, bit.ly /make quiet fuss. MAKE quiet fuss. Because honestly, with photos, we are making a quiet fuss. We don't have to say anything. We don't even have to have words part of the time. The message comes through in the images and it speaks volumes, right? Speaks volumes. So why not rise above the crowd and shout out, but kind of quietly. And I'm going to help you with that.
Give me the bit.ly link again so I can put it
Yes.
into.
Yeah. So it's bit.ly, bit.ly, and then it's /make quiet fuss. Because we do want to make a fuss, right? We kind of want to be seen and show who we are and what we do, and it's a great way. And oh my gosh, it's like a PR utopia at a conference where we're speaking or we're attending with other speakers. Get your pictures on stage, get pictures with get your headshots, the testimonials. Holy smokes, what a great time to get testimonials. So it's all going to be wrapped up this year in a nice package.
That's awesome. Yeah, I have Carmen do my headshots. We've got one coming up here shortly. And I love doing a lot of what I've found each time I do shots with her is what props to bring. Like I always get a new speaker's, kind of shot with a microphone. Don't point it to your mouth, point it away.
I give you tips on that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the ones I love that she did recently is when I'm pointing at something and I'm holding my hands out so that way I could put things and words and stuff in my hand. So you could do all this kind of fun graphics with the photos that she takes of you. It's just brilliant.
Thank you. So with that in mind, we're going to be signing up ahead of time because it is busy. And I give you all kinds of tips on what you need to know. So when you show up, that usual worry and concern, what am I going to do? Do I look okay? All that stuff. You don't have to worry about it. It's all, you already know it's going to be great. We knock it out.
She makes it look good.
It's fun, right? It's fun.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Carmen.
Thank you. Thank you. So I might be leaving the meeting, but I'll watch and catch up.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All righty, everyone. So we are going to go over to Ms. Karin Olson. So Karin, tell us all about you and give us your tip for today.
Hi, thanks so much. I'm beyond excited to be here. So have you ever tried to work with an audience and you give them a bunch of facts and they're like snoozing on you? That's because likely if all you're doing is talking about facts, you're missing out on the best way to get people to take action, understand what's going on, and move them to a new place of understanding for better transformation. And that key is through story. Too often, even when we think what we're doing is telling a story, we're actually not. What we're doing is throwing a bunch of facts out there. But this is the tip for storytelling. If you're ever telling a story and you get to something and it's complicated or likely your audience doesn't have the exact feel for it, kind of like if I talked about my career as an attorney, some people may have an idea of what being an attorney is like, but they don't really know the ins and outs. So if I wanted to talk about what it's like to stand in front of a judge and be prepared to give an argument or to go to trial in front of a jury, I could spend some time talking about that as a story. But I could also level up my story abilities by remembering the story isn't about me. The story is about my audience. And when I can help my audience step into my attorney's shoes more effectively, the story lands better. So a way to do that is to use a phrase, kind of like. So if I was going to share the story of what it is like to stand in front of a judge, the minutes before you open your mouth, you're prepared, you've got everything ready, you know what you think the arguments are going to be, and you're confident, yet you're aware the possibility exists that something's going to go wildly wrong. Kind of like when you're speaking at an event and you have a prepared speech, but you know you might have to wing part of it or change part of it because the audience might be very different, or there might be a noise that happens, or someone comes in the background, or whatever happens. You can be as prepared as you can, and still you have to be able to go with the flow. Using the kind of like and putting it into the space that your audience stands in is one of the key tips. And if you're not sure what that space is, take it to someplace earlier in time. Kind of like when we were kids and we could know all there was on a topic, but if a teacher called on us, we might not actually know the answer. And there's a nervousness mixed in with the confidence. Being an attorney in front of a judge or a jury is kind of like that. So use kind of like to help step into the place with your audience and have them transported to where you are. You're going to get transformation and interest far more easily than if you just talk in whatever your technical jargon is or your industry niche or stand all in your expertise. I'm Karin Olson. As you can tell, I'm a recovering attorney and entrepreneur. I have a number of things that I'm working on, and story is by far and away in every single thing you can imagine. If you're interested in getting some more information on it, I'm going to be putting it in a place that's easy for all of us to remember and to find on Facebook. So come to my Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/ and then you have to put in my name. And that's the tricky part, Karin Olson, KarinOlson. Thanks so much, Tonya. I'm beyond excited to go to England and to do some, because it'll be really cool for adding to story. So thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
Yay! Amazing. So she's one of our big keynote type speakers, and she's going to wow everybody because she does every year. She was at our last conference, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, my hand's cramping because she had so much info to give. So thank you, Karin.
Thank you.
All righty, let's go to Miss Angela. Angela, how are you?
I'm amazing. Thank you. How are you?
I love your background. Wow. Is that like a backdrop type of thing? I mean, I'm like really impressed right now.
Oh, yeah. I totally love it. I love getting great backdrops.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Okay, so I'm jealous now. So everyone, the incredible, and so now we're switching over to someone who's actually in the UK. So this is awesome. So Angela Gower-Johnson is going to give us an amazing tip. Go for it.
Hey, thank you. So I'm the owner and creator of Ultimate Dream Project. So my tip for you today is how to change a bad feeling or the story behind something bad that has happened. So whether it's in your personal life or in business, there's always hiccups, and how you react and respond to those hiccups can change the outcome of those and speed you through the process so much more effectively. So what I'd like you to do is look at how you have a story, a core story about bad things that happen. So for me, when bad things used to happen, I automatically went into the story that God was punishing me. And as you can imagine, because I'd done something wrong and it was like retribution or, being grounded or smacked. So what I'd like you to do is think about in your life, not the worst things that have happened, but just think about 3 to 4 things that have happened in your lifetime that were unpleasant, that did not go your way. So your unconscious mind can do this really quickly. It's already done it. You can play around with it and let your logical mind play. But now I'd like you to own and recognize that since those things happened, since those quote unquote bad things happened, good things have actually happened. So that gives you proof that after a bad thing, a good thing can happen. So what I'd like you to do is just play with that a little bit more and see if internally you can make that shift to where you can really own and grasp that belief system that after a bad thing comes a good thing. So there's 3 steps to speeding this process up when a bad thing happens. And there are 3 questions. The first one is, what are the possibilities with this uncomfortableness? The second one is, what is on the other side of this? And the third one is, what is the opposite of this? So the first 2 are actually for your unconscious mind. It's to get your unconscious mind into a better feeling place. And what I ask is that you make a demand of yourself, that you actually get into a feeling of what the possibilities are with that situation, what is on the other side of this, and what is the opposite of this is for your logical mind to chew on and work on, to flip it around so that you feel better. So that's my technique for how to feel better when a bad thing happens, because once you switch how you feel about something, you can switch that thing and you can get to better results so much more quickly. So you can join me in my Facebook group in learning even more tools and techniques to support you in mindset and living the ultimate life of your dreams at facebook.com/groups/ultimate dream project.
Good morning. I am Dr. JoAnn A.J. Scott, founder and CEO of Essence of a Lady Incorporated. And first, I want to just say thank you to Tonya Hofmann for allowing me to be in one of the MCs of the Public Speakers Conference that will be held in London, England, this June 20th through 22nd, 2019. If you have not secured your spot to be a speaker at this conference, now is the perfect opportunity to go to www.publicspeakersconference.com. As I stated, I am Dr. JoAnn A.J. Scott. I want to speak to you about the importance of leveraging your business as a philanthropist to continue to build your wealth. Now, there are 3 reasons why you should leverage your business. And it all has to do with being a philanthropist. There are 3 ways to be a philanthropist. Number 1, you give your time. By giving your time, you are offering opportunities to people to share your experiences in life by being there for someone, whether it is a girl in a mentoring program or a youth in a community or a church-based facility. Giving back allows you to share your story. And when you share your story, you let people know that exactly where you came from, helping you to understand it's not where you start, it's the journey that you go on. And life will take some twists and turns, but staying true to your course and working hard will allow you to succeed. And that's what you do when you volunteer, you chaperone, or you just support an event that's being held through a nonprofit. The second way you give back is by sharing your talent. That means that you show people what you are capable of doing and helping them on their journey. For instance, you conduct a workshop for youth or women or people in the community. You become a speaker at an event that's being held by a nonprofit by giving of your time for free. Now, I understand you are a business person and you are out there to make money. But once or twice a year, going out there to give back to youth and people who need support is how you create your legacy. That's how your name goes on. The third way of giving back is through your treasure. Yes, God has truly blessed you. If you're able to go and do and be whomever you please, then God has definitely blessed you. Now it's time for you to be a blessing. Because remember, when you are a blessing, God gives back to you because you sow a seed. And now he's going to help that seed replenish. So understand this. When you give your time, your talent, and your treasure, you're allowing others to benefit from the blessings that you've received. And that is how you're going to be remembered on this earth. Because no one's going to talk about the cars you drive or the house you lived in. They're going to talk about how you were a blessing to them when they are speaking on your behalf. So please be a blessing. And you can also be a blessing to Essence of a Lady Incorporated in our mission to help educate, mentor, and empower girls through the support of professional and entrepreneur adults. You can go to www.eladies.org and click support us. If you want to be a speaker, vendor, or a sponsor for our conference coming up.
So I am going to give you my tip for today. So I love giving people more insight on how to make money as a speaker. That's kind of my specialty. That's one of the reasons I created the Public Speakers Association, because for me, it all comes down to two things that people really struggle with in their business, even if it's a speaker or whatever business it is. It's how to market myself and then how to make money. So I'm like, might as well do that and help people. So when I created it, I started realizing that there was some misconception of how you make money as a speaker. And I was really kind of astounded by the fact that people didn't keep up with the times. Because that to me is the part that's fun, is seeing how things morph and how to adjust to that morphation, because that just always, is that a word, morphation? I don't know, but you know what I mean. So it just kind of continues on and you continuously tweak yourself. So when I talk to people on a daily basis and they were like, I want to be a speaker, what they're really saying is, I want a speaker like it was in 20 years ago. Because a lot of people, that's still the way they see speakers. So most people are like, I want to be a keynote speaker. And I'm like, no, you don't. They're like, yeah, I do. I'm like, okay, fine. If you get a keynote, great. It's usually the only one that they're paying for, usually. And nowadays, not even usually those people. But you can go for the keynote. You speak in front of everybody. Everyone cheers, everyone stands up, yay, and then they go on. You get a check, done. Now, to a lot of people, that sounds awesome. I just show up, I do my thing for an hour, and I'm done. That really is an employee mindset. So I want you to start going, do I actually have an employee mindset? Or do I have an entrepreneurial mindset? Because as an entrepreneur, that makes no sense to me at all. What you really want to look at, we're talking large events, right, is they have one, maybe two keynotes, right, depending on how many days there are. Maybe an evening keynote and a morning keynote, each one does it. But then they usually have like 60 to 100 workshops, like 10 going on at a time. And of course, most of those workshops are not paid. So first of all, I want you to switch your term. A lot of people call it free speaking. There is nothing free about it. It costs you money and time to go speak. Okay? So call it investment speaking. All right? It's a switch in your mindset. All right? If you're investing your money and your time, now is a business proposition. Right? You're investing yourself and your business. It's all purely marketing for you and what you're wanting to do. Now, in the keynote, unless they're just really flexible, you usually cannot do any type of lead generation or call to action or anything at the event. You're literally there just to get paid and do your thing and leave. So you now have lost out. Say if there's 1,000 people there, you lost out on every one of those connections. You're just hoping that somebody comes up to you and gives you their business card or something so you can follow up with them, okay? In a workshop, it's different. So the part I love the most about workshops is that it's a huge filtration opportunity. You're filtering those 1,000 people down to the 100 people who are drooling for your information. They have chosen your workshop over all the other ones. They have filtered to be your perfect target market. There is no better filtration system ever invented than the workshops. So what's the difference too? Keynote, high level, motivational, inspirational, more storytelling than content. You still got to give them some content, but more storytelling, more fabulousness about you and getting them all excited. In a workshop, it's more about content. Now, it still needs to be entertainment, right? So it's edutainment. You're educating people. So you're really giving them a slice of what you could provide for them, what they want you to do with them and for them afterwards. Now, most events you cannot sell at the event, okay? So you're like, well, how do you make money then, right? If it's going to cost me $1,500, $2,000, whatever to go to that event, I need to make money at it. And you're like, yeah. So here's your filtered group. You have 100 people. Now what? Lead generation. All right. You're going to do a contest because usually you can convince that organization to allow you to give something away for free. I've never had anybody say, no, don't want you to give them away anything free. And so you hand out your little forms and I can connect you to what I use. It works brilliantly. And so you're having them fill the form out and it tells you exactly how you're going to follow up with them. So now you took that opportunity, instead of making a couple $1,000s as a keynote, now you just made 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, whatever amount you want to make. It's also better for corporate opportunities if you're looking for corporate trainings because you're actually showing them what you can actually do for them. Okay. So go for those workshops, but go in with a strategy on making sure that you can follow up with them, that you build the relationship with every one of those people that are there because they want to know who you are and they will love you. But follow up with them and make some money, right? So there's my tip. And that's just one of them because the rest of them come at the Public Speakers Conference. Yay! So again, if you would like to come to the conference, we would love for you to be there. Go to publicspeakers.conference.com to find out all the details about how you can attend, be a speaker. We're looking for 10 minutes, 30, 45, and 60-minute time slots. We only have actually very few left, but we still have some open. We also have vendor opportunities, very limited. It's closing up pretty quickly, but we do have opportunities for any tabletop drop. It's hard to say altogether. And where you can put out your products, your service. If you've got flyers you want to hand out, items, pens, whatever, we can put those on each one of those tables. And it's really inexpensive. So go check that out, and I would love that. Awesome. Now let's make sure I don't have anybody who showed up here. Yes. So we will have we're going to do this Tip Fest again, probably in a month and a half or so. So that way you can meet the other incredible speakers at the conference and get connected to them. Remember, don't ever come to an event like this or any other and just listen. Don't just go and follow somebody. Message them and say hello. Get connected to them. Have a chat with them. See where it will go. Never feel like someone is so amazing that you can't touch them. you can always touch this, right? Just do the little dance around, get the energy off, and then just do it. Because most people are really nice. And if they're not, it's good to find out pretty soon so you don't have to keep following them. Happy dance, happy dance. Awesome. All righty. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to stop the recording now. If you're listening to the recording, please reach out and say hello. All righty.